NFL news and rumors presented by our good friends Manscape. If you're a dude looking to have the best situation down there, Manscaped's going to help you do that. And with our special offer, you got to take advantage of it. Go to manscaped.com/chat, 20% off and get free shipping. My favorite product that I use all the time, and Tom's wife can agree with this, is the Lawnmower 3.0. It's going to give you that extra inch, maybe 2 if you use it right. All right, let's get into today's latest news. Dez Bryant to the Baltimore Ravens. Is it happening?
What year is it, first off?
2020.
Because we've done this before with Dez and the Baltimore Ravens. I think Dez is in a much different and better headspace this time around. Now, Dez has a workup set up with the Ravens, an organization that has liked him in the past, nearly signed him back when the Cowboys originally cut him. Dez has also not played in a game since 2017. So, look, he reached out to John Harbaugh before the NFL draft. They kind of set this up. They gave Dez time to get into shape, get everything going there. I hope that Dez is able to make a return.
I do too.
I also have low expectations for Dez Bryant because 2014 Dez is not the guy you're getting. Even 2017 Dez, who really wasn't a legit number one guy anymore, that's also probably not who you're getting because most players, they're not the same guy when they step away from the NFL for 2 years and are coming off an Achilles tear. So the Ravens, I think, make sense as a fit.
Absolutely.
But I don't think Dez is going to suddenly come in and be wide receiver 1 or even wide receiver 2.
Sure, but there's one thing that Dez will bring, physicality. And for this Baltimore Ravens team, they are really still obviously going to look to run the football, probably going to lead the league in rushing yards again. And Dez, to me, is another big play receiver that you can at least have in the red zone. And for this Baltimore Ravens team, you're going to be in the red zone a lot. You're going to be looking for some bigger options because, no offense to Hollywood Brown, Boykin, or Willie Snead, they're all undersized receivers.
I am not a fan of the red zone fade, but the Romo-Dez chemistry on that throw was pretty much impossible to stop. Now, of course, it disappeared with Dak and Dez, and it's not a very high efficiency throw, but if you can utilize him in the red zone, I think that makes sense.
I mean, if you were looking to get faded, you were definitely looking to throw it up to Dez. So pick a free agent wide receiver. If you had to go out and sign one, type Dez for Dez Bryant, or you can type AB for Antonio Brown because both of these players right now on the market, both of these players have been linked to the Baltimore Ravens, but it looks like right now the Baltimore Ravens might be out on Antonio Brown. So with the news that has popped up here around Dez, we've also have a report now the Ravens are no longer interested in Antonio Brown, and we know Lamar Jackson's been pushing for AB, but owner Steve Bisciotti doesn't want him, and, well, if the owner doesn't want him, that speaks volumes.
The quarterback might say yes, but if ownership says no, you're not going to get that guy that you want there. Look, I still think Antonio Brown could make some sense for the Ravens. His cousin's there. I think that Harbaugh would be a good enough mentor, leadership-type personality it could work out. But I do think that we've come back to many times before. There aren't that many teams interested. Antonio Brown burned a lot of bridges around the NFL with the suspension. I'm not sure how much interest there's really going to be in him. So I would not be surprised if he got a shot somewhere. But I have the Ravens as my number one fit. Number one doesn't mean a whole lot there. But I am curious to see, if the Ravens are out, if the Seahawks are out, well, then where does he go?
Yep. So guess what? So Tom doesn't have to think about it, so I don't have to think about it. I'm going to ask you instead. So where's Antonio Brown going to play this year? And shout out to David. He always throws that FAB super chat in there. If you don't think that Antonio Brown is going to play on any team, what I want you to do is type FAB. If you do think that he's going to end up playing, then hey, let us know. But we're seeing a lot of votes in here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Nowhere, McDonald's, FAB, and then the Green Bay Packers. So I saw this debate, Tom, on ESPN, and the one thing that I don't like about a lot of these other places, you can't actually interact with the host. Here at Chat Sports, we want you to interact with us. So the question that they proposed was Tom Brady or Cam Newton. Who's going to be the better quarterback for this upcoming season? So what I want you all to do right now, get your votes in here. Type TB for Tom Brady or type CN for Cam Newton. When you look at what Tom Brady has done his entire career, obviously career-wise, it's Brady. But what I care about right now is, guess what? Right now. So is Tom Brady at age 43 with all of his offensive pieces there going to have a better year than a healthy, hopefully healthy Cam Newton?
Well, I think that's the issue, right? We don't know how healthy Cam Newton is going to be. Is he going to be primed? Is he going to be in fantastic shape?
Sure.
Is he going to stay healthy? Because he was playing really well in 2018. until the injury bug bit him.
And he was playing really bad.
And that carried through the end of 2018 through all of 2019. If you promise me healthy Cam Newton, this is a really tough decision.
Okay.
And although I hope that Newton stays healthy, I think I'll play the odds here and go safe, and I'll go with Tom Brady. The ceiling might not honestly be as high, but the floor, I think, because of the injury history for Cam Newton, is much higher for Brady. So I will be a coward and type in TB.
I'm unfortunately also going to be a coward with Tom. I'm going to type my TB as well, but I see Mr. Awesome 360's type in CN, Richard Lee TB, Mike Fernandez TB, and then would you look at this? Gallop to the Bull is going to type CN. So we're not like a lot of other channels. We are an interactive sports channel. So if you're a diehard fan, if you want your voice to get heard, if you like to go to restaurants, bars, or sit down with your family and friends and talk sports, that's what Chat Sports is all about. We keep you up to date with news, rumors, and I've promised in the past that we'll give some shout-outs. So guess what? If you haven't already, click that subscribe button. And if you want to get shown on the show next week, click it. So I want to give a special shout-out to NC Juice. I don't know where you can buy NC Juice, but I'd probably drink
Carolina.
it. Okay, touche. Dennis Johnson, that was right over my head. We had the Bearded Goon hashtag.
Hockey thing.
Peyton Postlewaite, and then Josiah Reyes. Appreciate y'all that have subbed. If you haven't already, click that big red button. Let's get in now to the latest around Jadeveon Clowney. So the report out right now is that he hasn't budged on his $17 million a year asking price, and apparently he has turned down multiple teams that have offered him $15 million.
Which we knew he's turned down offers from teams like the Cleveland Browns, like the Seattle Seahawks, and especially for those two teams in particular, any potential new offer coming their way, I think specifically the Seahawks here makes sense as the team that could still maybe use an edge rusher. It ain't going to be 15 in the offer anymore. It might not even be 10 anymore. Clowney continues to just totally botch his market.
Yeah.
He overestimated his own value by saying, I want 20 a year. Didn't come close to it. Now he's looking for 17 a year. He's not going to get that. There's just no way.
I mean, I can understand him being like, well, I just saw Myles Garrett get 25 a year. I just saw Joey Bosa get 27. My only issue, and I'm going to look you dead in the eyes one day, Clowney, is tell you, you're just not worth that. And I'm sorry.
I think he is worth 17 if he was healthy.
Yeah.
He's coming off the injury. The market,
He's not healthy.
The market has changed as well just because other teams have made moves. If a fully healthy year, he's worth Trey Flowers' money. Right now in mid-August, he's not getting 17. He might get like 12.
But it's also NFL GMs have come out that they don't know if he's going to play every single snap. There's worries of not just his health, but also, am I going to get 100% of Jadeveon Clowney?
I actually hate that. That's not the guy that I've seen. He played through injury last season. I think that's unfair.
Yeah, I don't think it is unfair, though. I actually think that I've seen him take plays off, and if he were to get a big contract, I think he would continue that. So here's a quote from Jeremy Fowler on Clowney potentially signing. The wait continues. There is no indication that Jadeveon Clowney is ready to sign today. This could push right up until week 1. I've spoken to several teams, and they believe his asking price is still around $17 million a year. Here's the second part of the quote. He's gotten multiple offers from multiple teams, anywhere from the Cleveland Browns, Tennessee Titans, Seattle Seahawks. I do also want to add in here the Raiders have also given him a low ball offer. He hasn't budged on the asking price. He's coming up in a situation where he's gotten to decide if he wants to play this year or could he wait in the entire season. And there's still several teams heavily monitoring this. And there should be. I mean, Clowney is the top free agent still available.
I want to weigh in on the sitting out the season. Look, I'll preface this by saying Clowney's process has not been very good.
Yep.
If he sits out the season, I don't know what he's doing.
I agree.
Because he's not going to get 17 next year with a potentially lower cap or a flat cap, having not played in an entire year.
Yeah.
So if you're Clowney, at a certain point, you have to go, you know what? I just got to go with whatever team is the right combination of, fit and just giving me some money.
Yep.
He's got to take it at some point. There aren't enough teams lining up for him to be continually dragging this out.
So where do y'all think Clowney is going to play this upcoming season? Continue to get your votes in the comment section below. What I try to do is think of the top 4 teams that have the best chance of going out and getting Clowney. So I still think the Tennessee Titans would be my pick. The Las Vegas Raiders are up there as well, but I think that they're still pretty far down there. The Seahawks, I know they said they're not interested in them. I don't 100% agree with that.
I'm not convinced.
I feel like they're
that
not playing their hand.
They're not interested, I think, at the current cost. I think that part's fair. But if we get into mid or more mid to late August, and we're getting up against the season,
Yep.
and Clowney still hasn't signed anywhere. I think he might just have to go back to the Seahawks, kind of tail tucked between his legs and say, all right, guys, I know the scheme. This is going to help me make the biggest impact quickly. I'll come back and play for you on a cheaper one-year deal. Would be a huge win for Seattle, but also might make the most sense long-term for Clowney to maximize his earnings.
Got a special offer for everyone watching right now. If you're trying to get the perfect package from Manscaped, go to manscaped.com/chat where you're going to save 20% off and get free shipping. Why should somebody go get the perfect package? Well, according to studies, if you have a perfect package, you got a better chance of getting some other stuff for free as well. And what comes in that perfect package is the Lawnmower 3.0, my favorite male grooming tool. You can use it on your downstairs. You can also use it on your chest. Anywhere you got hair, it's going to get rid of it super easy. And it's also chargeable and safe in the shower. That's where I personally use it. You also get this traveling case. So if you're going out, you're trying to get away from the kids maybe, you really show off your perfect package. This comes with it. And then the boxers, Tom and I said multiple times, these are the most comfortable boxers you'll ever buy. This all comes included in that perfect package. One more time, go to manscaped.com/chat. 20% off, free shipping. The link in the comments and in the description. Let's get in now to the latest around Tua, and we have a little bit of a practice update. If you're a fan of the Miami Dolphins, you need to go check out our Dolphins-only channel, youtube.com/Dolphins News. Might have just passed 2,000 subscribers. So, Tom, Tua apparently today looked healthy in the first padded practice.
Good.
Which is obviously what every single person wanted to hear. There was also reports out there that he looked only okay. My only argument with that is he worked with only backups, and he didn't participate in the 11-on-11 drill.
A slow ramp-up is what this
exactly.
is called.
I mean, I've seen people freaking out like, oh, Josh Rosen apparently looked the best today out of Ryan Fitzpatrick and Tua.
Wait a minute, we've done this game before.
Yeah, it's perfect. The bottom line is this. Tua is going to be the future. Ryan Fitzpatrick and Josh Rosen right now are the two quarterbacks working with 11-on-11. But it's going to be Tua's team. They're resting him. They're ramping him up, and that's bottom line how it's going to be. So this is the quote from Brian Flores on Tua. He looked healthy in OTAs and walkthrough type of practices. We're taking this one day at a time with Tua, as we are with every player, and hoping that he improves on a daily basis. Like any rookie, he needs the snaps, that he needs the reps to improve and get better and give himself a chance.
I am fluent in coach speak. Would you like me to translate?
Please do.
Tua's not the guy yet. That's what that means. What this means is the Dolphins are not going to throw Tua into the fire immediately. They are not going to rush him back from his injury. It's a great sign that he's able to practice. That they're not putting him out there in 11-on-11 means they are trying to be diligent and you can even argue cautious with this process.
As they should.
I don't think he starts week one, and I think part of that is because this offensive line for the Dolphins
is bad.
It's not great yet.
There's
now,
still a lot of question marks.
But I don't think you want to throw out a quarterback coming off a litany of injuries in his college career, coming off of a season-ending one at Alabama, and put him behind an iffy offensive line. Especially for a team that we saw under Brian Flores still wants to compete and win right now. So Miami's mindset is we have our guy, but we don't have to rush him in.
Okay, I like it. So for all you fans out there, NFL fans, Dolphins fans, whoever, what is your one word, okay, only one word, to describe Tua? What would you go with?
Future.
Oh, man, that's a good one.
Took it right out of you.
I was going to say a little bit soft, but I don't really think I'm going to go with that.
I don't think that's fair.
Let's go
hesitant, broken. I think hesitant could be the way to describe the way the Dolphins are using him right now.
Is high upside a word?
Upside. You can just go with that one.
All right, we'll go with upside. That's my one word to describe Tua. We have a whole bunch of injury updates to get through, so we'll roll through these pretty quickly. Today at practice, A.J. Green had to leave early. Bad news for him. A hamstring injury to the left leg. Even though head coach Zach Taylor says it was just precautionary, this is the last thing that you want to see happen to your star receiver.
It's not quite the last thing. The last thing is another ankle injury.
Sure.
He's
injured again,
I think this camp, this offseason, you'll see a few more of the hamstring problems and the soft tissue injuries and all of that kind of stuff for A.J. Green and for across the NFL too.
Yep.
I am hopeful in the end that he's able to get back and get healthy in the near future. You know, with A.J. Green out, by the way, John Ross not on this depth chart. I do want to make note he's out right now. That's why he's not on there. He's out taking care of his son who has COVID right now. hopefully he's okay. This is going to be a season-long concern of, oh my God, can AJ Green get through the year? I'm not sure he's going to.
Some more injury news, and if you subscribe to our 49ers channel, you would have already seen this, and if you haven't, please do. YouTube.com/49ers TV. Jalen Hurd suffered a torn ACL.
Expected torn ACL. I don't
torn.
think the MRI has officially come in at this point as
but
we
a lot
film
of
this
times,
live. But the Niners have said we're pretty sure he tore his ACL. Brutal loss for San Francisco, by the way. Now they're out Deebo Samuel and Jalen Hurd. They've signed some vet free agents in recent days, including Tavon Austin. They're going to get a shot.
Maybe go out and get another crazy receiver like AB. All right, Tom, I'll let you handle this one. You cover all of our Cowboys news. Gerald McCoy.
Yeah, bad news for the Cowboys. McCoy's season also done. Ruptured a quad. This is the first day that the pads were on for the Dallas Cowboys. He needs surgery. He's not going to return. We broke down the injury and took a look at some replacements, by the way, on our Cowboys channel. So go check it out, youtube.com/Dallas Cowboys Report.
For you fantasy football fans out there, Nick Chubb suffered what looks to be like a concussion. He was being evaluated. He was getting a...
I think he's going to be okay.
I think he's going to be okay, too.
So, worth mentioning, I did see, I thought maybe one report saying that the Browns think he's going to be okay. I think that's the case.
Yeah, Mac Wilson hit him a little high. Yeah. You're looking at, it's the first few days of practice. They're just taking precautions.
Exactly. You be precautionary there. I think he's going to be fine. I'm still all in on Chubb 2020 fantasy.
Oh, yeah. Chubb gets me really excited, and I know he's also a user of Manscape as well. So, if you guys need the latest NFL news, rumors, and interactive shows right now, okay, you guys can click that subscribe button. You can save on this special offer time. I'm going to leave this open only for the next 365 days. We will be 100% free. So if you haven't already, click that sub button. I see a lot of people already watching right now. It says, Whoa, Willie. Whoa, Willie definitely uses Manscaped. That's a fact. Yasish Patal, the NFL News Show, says subscribe. So hit that big red button.